So, is it useful or beneficial to try to figure out where your anxiety comes from? I think the answer is it depends. There are people like me and many others that I've talked to who, after significant effort to try to figure out where our anxiety comes from, have been generally unsuccessful. Generally unsuccessful finding the thing that has a direct correlation to the symptoms that I feel on a daily basis. But I do think it's a useful exercise, at least for some time, to try to find if there are some major life events or things that could be causing that correlation. Because if you can go and dive into that that's through therapy or your own studies, or however you might try to figure out how to get relief from whatever it was that is causing the anxiety, that can be a very worthwhile effort. My hesitation here is for people like me who have been at it for decades trying to figure out if there is a specific thing. I've turned my efforts to thriving with anxiety instead of trying to figure out what it is that caused it and maybe thereby eliminate it. So, for me, for instance, what could have caused my anxiety? These were some of the things that I looked at over the last 30 years. Could it be genetics? That's possible. Could it be the major head injuries? I've had several concussions when I was a little kid, I think three, and probably hundreds and hundreds of micro concussions playing soccer over my youth. So there's that. Could it just be life on Earth and the fact that life on Earth has anxiety inherent to it? Could it just be that? And maybe I have a sensitivity to that anxious planet aspect. Could it be the cortisol that was flowing through my mom in 1966 in Norway when she was having a cesarean section child, when those technologies were not that developed, and the fear that she had, which she shared with me? Could it be that? Could it be the 9 months uh, in utero and then being born, and with all that cortisol that was flowing through her through that entire time? Could it be that? Could I have been so saturated with cortisol that that has? I mean, I'm 58 years old. Could it still be affecting me? And I think the answer is it could be any of those things or a combination of them. But for me, again, I have chosen to not spend as much time focused on trying to figure out what the one thing might be, or a couple of things that are the primary factors, and instead focusing on thriving with anxiety. So I wanted to share that just to give you all a perspective, especially for people who are new to this exploration. This is a personal choice. You get to decide where you want to put your attention. And I'm not implying that one approach is better than the other. So, anyway, wanted to share that. Hopefully that helps.